YOLO, YOLO. What is up? What is up? How's it going? Yo, how's it going? Welcome. Hello. I'm Ed, JMQ, Rohith, LJ, Guatam. How are you guys? What's the deal? Mario? How are you guys feeling today? How are hanging on Sunday? How's our Sunday going? Excellent. What's the deal? What is the deal? What's happening? You guys holding steady? How are we feeling? We look like we lost a few billion. We dropped another 15 billion maybe in the last few hours. Hey, what's up, Sid? How's it going? Yo, Renegade Man. How are you guys feeling today? What's happening? How's your Sunday? Good shopping day. That's true. That's very true. Good morning. Sunday fun day. That's right. Yeah, I just bought I just bought some ether and then it dropped another like $50. So that's just how it goes. That's one of the hard things about. Honestly, I expect my tokens to dip because they're already tokens, but it's rough when you like take your hard-earned cash and you throw it into the market and you're like, oh, it just literally just lost like $50. We just lost it. Oh yeah. What's up? Yeah, getting ready to buy Ethereum. Yeah, totally. Me too. I'm gonna keep buying it as it keeps going down. I'll buy more. That's right. Yeah. I'm doing good. I'm feeling pretty good today. It's a beautiful day out there, even though the market's dropping and we're losing our holdings. I still feel good. We got good things. We got good news. We have good news, even though the market's dropping. That's just the trend. That's just the current trend. Good news, bad coin price. Good news, bad coin price. That's exactly what we get. I got my friend to buy 100 worth of XRP and to thank me later. Dang, bro, that's cool. Hopefully, I'm not gonna say for sure, but hopefully your friend, can hold on if there's another dip. Hopefully that it doesn't phase them. I told my friend to buy some XRP, and they bought it like. I told them like you should look into XRP. It's someone, he's like family member. It's my brother. I love him. I want to make sure not to give him bad advice. I was like, you should definitely be considering XRP for your next investment, next purchase. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. We're just talking about it. And then he was like, okay, yeah. And I was right about to be like, look at the resistance levels right now. It's about to drop another 5 cents. So wait. And right when I said that, he was like, too late. I already bought it. Too late. I just bought it. So, it's rough because, it will probably move up and down a few cents. It will probably move up and down. That's okay. It's okay. I saw someone, I think one of my boys, one of the guys that you guys might know in the XR community, Sean SH something, Sean. He put up a tweet that was like, how many XRP based on like how much money you gain or lose per penny, and it's like once you are holding 10,000 XRP, like you make. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Is it 10,000 XRP? You basically gain $100, or is it $100 every time it goes up? $10,000? I forget the math. We should look at it before I quote that. Older or younger brother? He's my younger brother. It doesn't really matter which one's older or younger now. Like we're really adults now. So yeah, exactly. You don't want to leave anybody behind. Yeah, it's 100. Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, so it's $100 every time if you have 10,000 of them. Yeah, exactly. It goes up $100 for every penny. So that's pretty exciting. Look at the math on that. Yeah, if you owned 1 million of them, that means you'd make $10,000 or you'd lose $10,000 for every penny it goes up and down. That's pretty exciting. Imagine if you bought 1 million worth back when it was, a penny or whatever. It's 10K you threw into it. So the market's down. We're under 46 cents. We're at 45 cents in Ethereum. In Ripple, we're at Ethereum's at 435. Bitcoin's under 6. There's a lot. There's a lot of drops. EOS took the hit the hardest, I think. EOS with the issue with their governance and their hey, what's up? Yeah, exactly. King Blue, cheers, man. Hey, thanks, buddy. King Blue also was suggesting. We were just having a conversation, and we were talking about the game theory behind the Coinbase Ripple issue. I know everyone's talking about the Coinbase Ripple thing, and they're like, oh, Coinbase needs Ripple. No, Ripple needs Coinbase. No, they need each other. No, they don't need each other. So King Blue and I were just talking about the game theory behind the what's up, Jonathan? Behind their plan, and we're just laughing at Coinbase, honestly. It's so many smart people out here in the world right now, like looking at how to make improvements, philanthropic adjustments to the world, making some really positive strides in the right direction, and they just know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Talking about how that game theory plays out in the long run and what they're really looking to accomplish. There's so many things that are happening today that are just kind of like fun side notes. We're going to look at a couple different things, and we're going to talk about XRP dominance. 35 cents yet, says Juan. Not yet. We're still at 45 cents. Who thinks 35 cents is possible? Who thinks we could still see a 35 cents? Is that a thing? Are you guys believing that's a thing? I'm feeling like, I don't know. It could happen. Honestly, it could happen. If hey, what's up, Mantis? It would be interesting if Ripple went to 35 cents. Looking at the prices we have right around now, it'd be like a $350 Ethereum, and it'd be like right under 5 for Bitcoin. No, don't panic. Never panic. Don't panic. Calvin Durant, do not panic. I was just watching a little the great decoupling, exactly as Crypto Futures says. Yeah, Eve, exactly. If it drops, you can just buy more. No big deal. You think 41 cents is the lowest, Emmanuel? That's a pretty good call. I mean, I've heard some 38s. I've heard some 39s. People going as low as like 29. But again, I don't think that should phase us. Especially, I have a video coming out later today, and it's one that I spent all yesterday. It's like an hour-long video about my XRP 20K price prediction, how we will likely see XRP and a few other cryptos become the oil of the Internet of Things. And this video gets me going, gets me excited. It's coming out later. It's really long. It's not really like loud and in your face like my first 20K XRP video. It's really chill. It's really chill, down to earth, especially in this moment right now when everything's emotions are high. I'm gonna keep that video chill. So yeah, Kevin Durant, do not panic. I was just watching something with Warren Buffett, and he's always the guy that people refer to for investments. But whenever you talk to Warren Buffett about investments, he always refers to this 1940 book called The Modern Investor, and it just talks about decoupling XRP from Bitcoin. We need to decouple our emotions from our investments, and that's really what we're looking at here. Looking back at the 4 phases of the stocks from yesterday, we could pull it up really quick. What we do is we usually all sell in a panic on phase 3. I wrote that all backwards. Here we go. So the 4 stages of the market. Can you guys see that? It's pretty simple. We talked about this yesterday. We did an overlay. So, often what happens is we buy in stage 2 to stage 3 accidentally because we see FOMO and we're excited, and we sell in stage 4 as it drops. So, yeah, we're definitely leaving stage 4 and entering stage 1, in my opinion. So we don't know how much further it might drop. We might see some sideways movement for a while before we see stage 2, which is the run-up. Now, this is why we don't panic, because these phases are cyclical, meaning that they just keep happening. It's a circle. So we don't panic. We just stay mindful, keep our heads on our shoulders, and think about why we got in the first place. That video later today, the future oil, new oil, or the oil of the internet or whatever, we're going to title it. We haven't decided the title yet. Okay, the title's still coming along. Right, title's coming along, but the video's been recorded and we're editing it. It's like an hour. It's like an hour long. Normally my edits are like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. This is an hour. It's an hour of me rolling through dry information, just being like, look, don't hate me. XRP might be 20K. And by then we're not gonna call it XRP 20K. We would be using it as the backbone layer of so many different things. It'd be like you just use whatever $5 is worth. You would just put it into XRP Ledger, and whatever integer amount it gives you, you wouldn't be thinking about the astronomically high price of 1 XRP. You'd just be thinking about how many drops or satoshis am I going to get paid? You know, like how many drops or satoshis of these micro amounts of tokens am I going to earn? And that just changes. It just changes. Like people think like 20K per XRP sounds retarded. We're going to talk about it later. We're going to talk about it later in the video, so we're not going to talk about it too much right now. But there's a lot of things happening with market cap and how much the inflow actually is not equal to the actual market cap, etc., etc. We'll talk about that. So right now, in this live stream, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the news. News. That's right. There's news. And we're going to talk about XRP dominance. Now, I'm a big fan of all cryptos. I like cryptos in general. You know, like, I'm not trying to exclude any cryptos, but I do look often at the tech behind them, and I try to understand the technology. I try to understand what's happening, the solutions they're offering, understanding the Byzantine general problem. All these things add up to looking at why we can see what technology is going to work, how is it going to work, who's it going to work for. So I get excited about XRP's ledger because it just continually looks strong, very, very highly undervalued, underrated, and underutilized. So, you know, we're like this is gonna be in the video later today, okay? Later video. What we're gonna talk about right now is how would that dominance happen? Just slightly kind of looking at it. If you guys didn't realize, there's whoop 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 whoop. We're not gonna look at any of this stuff. This stuff you guys can just go read. It's not that exciting. It's not that exciting. Ripple, fundamental believers, etc., etc. It's pretty exciting, but we got other things to do. Secure messaging. You guys know Weitzwind or whatever, the guy who made the XRP tip bot. If you guys didn't already, we have an XRP tip bot video in my channel. It talks about how to do it, how to use it, how to withdraw, how to deposit. But our boy Weitzwind is gonna just go ahead and step it up another level. And I suggested this on a tweet the other day. I was like, we still haven't even seen an XRP messenger, but here it is. Secure messaging on the XRP ledger by XRP Tipbot creator. Now, it's not out yet. He's just talking about it, but this is really exciting. In order to make it work, basically, you're going to pay for each message by paying 0.000001 XRP token, which equals about 83,000 messages for one XRP. So about 50 cents to send 83,000 messages costs about 50 cents one XRP right now. Now, this is exciting because it's utilizing the XRP ledger to create a messaging app that's private, right? It's encrypted. No one can read it. No one can see it except for who it's sent to. So, looking at this is huge. This is one of the things that I kind of want to start doing personally. I'm going to start probably slowing down on my video creation and taking more time for me to personally look at learning how to implement code on top of the XRP ledger using Codius and different tools like that. So, you know, people are gonna do whatever they want with their time, and I'm just thinking that a better use of my time might be to build out utilities or applications or fun things on the XRP ledger. So, anybody coders? Any coders in here? Does anybody code? Hey, yo, what's up? Morning, good morning. Buy more. Weak hands are letting go. Let's go see what you guys are saying, and we'll jump back to the news. 41 cents is the lowest. 30 would be great. We're in phase 1. You agree, says Calvin Durant. If we're talking about make money, then just hodl for 3 to 10 years. Exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. You know, it's nice to see so many people sticking through the dip. The strong hands, as people have said. What that really means to me is it means that we see utility, we see the value, even if the rest of the market doesn't. It really means that we're confident in our beliefs. In fact, I would like to reference one of my favorite Dao Te Ching quotes, Kung Fu quote time. That's right. He who believes in himself doesn't need to convince others. That's a pretty good one. He who believes in himself doesn't need to convince others. If we're so sure of our convictions, then we don't need to spend time. We don't need to waste time trying to convince others. So a lot of the time when I make videos, I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. I'm just having fun making videos. But we don't need to convince anyone of anything if we believe it. That's really the idea of the quote. I didn't know you could do that with a ledger. Do what? You have done PHP, Juan, and a little bit of JavaScript? Dude, you can code in Codius. That's what's great about Codius is that I don't know how many coders we have in here, but you guys can program in almost anything, right? The beauty of we're gonna do another video just about how great Codius is and how it's so undervalued and underutilized, and no one knows about it. Basically, if you're gonna code in Ethereum smart contracts or something, or one of the other blockchains, it's ridiculously hard to learn a new coding language or new programming language, or learn like the different variables of some specific types of code. Like if you're using whatever they're using, it's like Ciply. I don't remember what they're using, but you can code into XRP Ledger with C++, with C#, I think, with JavaScript, with PHP, all these. You can code with whatever you want. So that's really awesome. That's potentially going to be a big game changer. You can code with whatever you already know. So it's not going to, there's no learning curve. That's really big. And no one's even started to talk about or do anything with that yet. So I'm looking at going to some coder groups here in Austin and talking with some guys, but Bitcoin price goes down because that Bitcoin, when you buy XRP with fiat, things start to move on. Greetings from Austria. What's up, Richard? Yeah, no, exactly. It's Bloody Sunday. It's bloody. Richard, I think the other day I was going to send you 2 XRP because you did our XRP giveaway, and we gave XRP to the guy you picked. But we also gave XRP to every person that picked someone. So you didn't get your XRP yet, Richard. So let me know what your personal Twitter is, and I'll send you your XRP that you won yesterday. You just bought 1,000 more. Very nice. Very nice. The weekly charts have broken below long-term supports level of 48 cents. There's no near-term support up to around 21 cents. That's right. So it's definitely looking like we have a bloody bath ahead of us. That sounds wrong. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have we're basically going to keep slipping until we stop. And that seems pretty obvious. Like it seems like, of course we're going to keep falling until we don't. The thing is that we're yet to see what that catalyst is specifically that turns the market around, whether it's one huge investor. We're talking about this in the video later today. But we also talk about how it could just be the not one big investor, but the entire market turning and positioning back after possibly, even though we have some regulator clarity, we need more, and that we don't know. We don't know when that's going to happen. You're aiming to accumulate at least 50,000 XRP. That's cool. If you guys know that talking about Weisswind and his amazing contributions to the XRP community, looking at his private messaging app, he has some videos that are on his Twitter about it, and we're going to look at that in greater detail in another video just about this. But that's really exciting, honestly, looking to step into that space. I cannot imagine, a better guy to really to cheerlead these creations he's been making. He's really a swell feller. He's a swell feller. I like him. All right. But looking at something else he's created, he also has this. That's not it. Where is it? You guys know if you go to the tip bot, WWXRP tip bot. If you guys go to the tip bot and look at stats, you can go to the ledger exposed right here. You guys know he has the rich list stats, escrow stats. This is a really cool site that he added on here. You can just go see right here the show me rich list. And you guys can see, by percentage of accounts. So here you can see, what are you guys? You're holding 10,000 XRP. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me move it down. You guys are holding 10,000 XRP. That puts you in the 4 to 5% of accounts. You guys are holding over 50,000 or over 71,000. It puts you in the top 1% of XRP accounts holding. Look at this. If you hold over 20 million, you're in the 0.01%. 0.01%. Woo! Woo! That's pretty cool, right? So if you're holding over 2,800 XRP, you're in the top 10% of account holders. It's pretty exciting, right? If you're holding 5%, if you're holding 5,000, you're above the 10%. You're closer to like 7% or something. You know, it's also really cool is you can just go and look at your wallet amount and see where you rank. So like, if you guys pull my wallet from my description, like if you were to go be like, let's see how much money Kung Fu Nerd has. This is my wallet that you guys can donate to. Oh, speaking of, I just looked at this before I started this video, and one of you guys donated 1 XRP, and I appreciate that. Probably because of my 20K price prediction, you thought it'd be funny. I appreciate that 1 XRP. Someone sent me 1 XRP to my wallet, my listed wallet. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Someone else sent me 20 XRP just right after, like yesterday or 2 days ago or something, 3 days ago. I don't know. I just realized it. I don't ever look at this wallet very much. It's just on my page for you guys to donate if you want. But someone donated 1 XRP, so I thank you. And someone else donated 20 XRP, so I thank you as well. So we can check how do I rank? How do I rank? Not very well. Not very well. I'm the 565,000 wallet. There's 6 other accounts that have the exact same amount of XRP as me. There's 710,000 accounts with less XRP than me. I only have like 60 XRP in there. That's right. I'm poor. That's right. Okay. That's right. Now you know I'm not rich, or I would have way more XRP if I could. Now, here's the deal. You can go just look at your own ranking. Just drop your address in there and look at your own ranking if you want. All this is on his site. It's really kind of fun. Just like a little list of the rich index and your rich list stats, escrow stats. All these are on here. So if you guys are looking for something to do, play with your wallet or play with that site, that's all on there. So looking at how XRP could position itself to take spot number 1. That's what we're going to look at next. So we're looking at Bitcoin price below 5825. Where will it bottom out? That's the real question. Where will it bottom out? Where will it bottom out? Everyone wants to know. We don't know where the bottom is. No one knows where the bottom is. I've heard someone make a call as low as $2,500 bottom. I don't know. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not looking in the past. You know, hindsight's 2020. You know, obviously next week we're all going to be like, well, I guess I should have seen that coming, but it's too late. You never know. So we're going to look at some ideas here, just to show you some of my charts that I like to look at. We're going to come back and look at some of these articles in a second. Someone's calling me a fibber. Only 60 XRP, you fibbing. Okay, maybe I have a different wallet. Maybe I have a different wallet. Yeah. Keep giving it all away. That's why I did give away. If you look at, I mean, if you consider even a 589 price call, like even if you consider XRP 589, I gave away like 40 of them. So what is that? 40 times 589. I only gave away $23,000, guys. It's only the down payment on my house. It's only that, you know, like no big deal. You think BTC is going to go to 5,200? Dude, you're right, Richard Binder. I think that's actually a really cool idea, and I'm looking at doing something in my local community for that. Local communities, exactly, yeah. Local meetups in Europe and the United States, and I think that sometimes that's one of the best ways to really kind of like spur innovation and adoption is to jump in. I'm going to go to some just great random coding meetups personally and just start talking to some people because coders are the future. Coders are the future. Likely to crash to 10 cents, says Upper Hand. All right, well, looking at crypto tourism's growing. No, we're coming back to that article. So here we've looked at this site before. It's the Bitcoin meme pool. You can see this spikes in the Bitcoin meme pool. What happens? This reset just a second ago. It was 3,000. You guys can't see that. It was 3,000 unconfirmed transaction. We're back to like 762 right now. So this is an unconfirmed transaction report for Bitcoin. So you can see the total fees. You can see how many unconfirmed transactions are sitting and waiting. If you guys, I don't know how technical to get with this stuff, but XRP, they close their block every 3 seconds, right? They're closing a block every 3 seconds for their blockchain. Bitcoin's closing their block every 10 minutes, right? So there's a long duration of, it does smell like death. You're right. The death spiral is imminent. Death spiral. Death star, imminent. So you can see all these unconfirmed transactions. We're just running through why XRP looks so strong compared to Bitcoin. People always like to show up on my site or on my page and talk smack at me. Like I care. Like I care. I just thought this was a fun one to go highlight really quick. You guys want to see my most recent commenter. What is the meaning of pumping shitcoins, he says. So we got our last commenter talking about the meaning of pumping shitcoins. So people are talking smack about XRP. They're talking about, why are you pumping shitcoin? And I was thinking, like, how are people still calling XRP a shitcoin? Like, how do they not understand that the block closes every 3 seconds? Bitcoin block closes every 10 minutes. Look how many unconfirmed transactions are stacking up here, right? No big deal. Just a bunch of unconfirmed transactions stacking up. No one cares. XRP, no unconfirmed transactions, right? No big deal. So looking at this really gets me feeling pretty solid in the morning. You know, need a reminder of what's happening. Let's go look at this bad boy. We're gonna pull this all the way to here. Hold on there. All right, so here's this chart. Thanks, Bill. Bill, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, that I will happily add that to my rips. I will happily do that. Thank you, Bill, for your support. Cheers. I appreciate it. It means a lot. So we're looking at, I pulled up this site. It's bitinfocharts.com. Bitinfocharts.com. And we put our indicators on BTC, on Ethereum, and BCH, and XRP. And you can look at a couple different things. You know, like you can go look at mining profitability. Obviously, you know, XRP is not going to show up anywhere on here because it's just there's no mining profitability for XRP. So we know that. But there's some other things you can look at, like average transaction fee. So here we can see the average transaction fee. And let's just look at it from February. Let's look at it from March to now. Now, we have blue is the average transaction fee for Bitcoin. Slower block times, slower actual like use of sending anything, and it costs more, right? So you can see someone's paying up to about $4 right here, $4 in a fee. And it goes spikes all the way up to like, what do they pay right here? $6.80 for a fee. What does this mean when you look down? Oh, don't worry, Bitcoin Cash. No, Ethereum, it's only 50 cents a fee. No big deal, right? Oh, Bitcoin Cash is only 7 cents a transaction. No big deal. Wait, what's Ripple? Not even a penny. Not even a penny to send Ripple. So we're looking at this transaction fee chart. We can see easily. Oh, wait, it's just stronger tech. It's just stronger tech. You know? And we go look, okay, wait, well, let's see the mining profitability again. You know, like what about mining profitability? What's going on here? Reset. All right, so you can see mining profitability comparisons. We've done this one before, talking about the mining profitability of Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash, and they're up and down, right? So let's look at one more thing. Let's bring back Ether, let's bring back XRP, and let's go look at market capitalization over time. And here we can see something really exciting happens. Let's go look at this just inside of March, April, May, June. Well, actually, no, we need to go back a little bit. Sorry. Looking at the run-up right in January, here we can see this is really actually important. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me move it on the page. This is why. This is important, guys. All right, there it is. Look at this. Boom. You might think like, well, everyone's always talking about how is it going to happen? How could XRP pass Bitcoin? How could it pass Ethereum? And here you can see XRP in market cap for a while. It's underneath. What is it here? It's underneath Bitcoin Cash. It's underneath Ethereum. It's just chilling. And then in one simple run, it literally outperformed Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash and put it right above it in market cap. And it almost moved against the market. See how it almost moved completely opposite the rest of the market? So people are always saying, yeah, we do need a big decoupling, but there's already a strong enough split between the coins that people are starting to see, the different utilities of different coins. It's not just one market. And look at the market cap of Ripple against the backdrop of Bitcoin. You can see that Bitcoin really is losing so much strength and so much hope, and mainly because of the tech behind it, right? If I can go look back. We already gained another 900 or 800 unconfirmed transactions. So that means like I can sit here and look at all these unconfirmed transactions that are coming through. 1,700 now, sitting here and waiting for this to happen. Sitting here for a few more minutes until that block closes and it's pushed out. What happens is if there's transactions that can't be confirmed here, they're pushed over to the mempool, right? They're just sitting waiting to be spent or used or compiled into a block. XRP doesn't have that problem. XRP does not have that problem because their protocol, it's different than the proof of work. It's pre-mined coin. It's using the Ripple consensus protocol, which has like layers of sharding. It does not specifically have this issue, right? So the fact that people don't understand the tech behind a lot of this stuff is one of the reasons that people are still unsure about the utility and the price. And that's simple. It's super simple. You just look at these charts. XRP has all these charts up. You can go look at them. You can go be like, all right, cool. No big deal. Whatever. We could do that all day. So someone else asked me the other day, they're like, I'm starting to understand how blockchain works. I can see how it's all transparent, but how is it transparent, but no one can see my funds? And so you're like, well, that's a great question. The idea here is basically, I can see a wallet address. I can see a wallet address and I can go see that wallet, but I don't know whose wallet it is. I just know it's a long string of numbers associated to that wallet. So the fact that we can see whose wallet it is, we just don't know whose wallet it is. We can see the wallet, it's transparent, I can see the funds in it, but I can't see who's associated to. So that's why it's interesting to look at some of the privacy coins. Their focus is to make sure that you can't even know, what someone's permanent address is, and it changes all the time. So someone asked me the other day, like, how does it work? And there's somewhere on here that you can easily see these, like how it works. Like you just can go see an account and follow it. I don't know where it was. I'll have to find it again. But you can easily just go find an account and explore it and check it out and look at, like I can see this account has, 6,000 XRP in it, and I can see, 2 days ago it sent some, a month ago it brought some in, but I don't know who it is. I don't know who that is. And unless someone tells me that's their wallet, then I have no idea. Right? So that's how that works. And looking at these charts, looking at like 2,000 unconfirmed transactions, looking at these, charts over time and looking at their decline as profitability of mining declines, it's kind of a no-brainer. So I said, do not panic. Do not panic. Smash the like button. That's right. All right, I'm going to go check and see what you guys are talking about. I've not been looking in the comments for a minute. What's happening? A crypto YouTuber convention. That sounds good. Let's do that. Yeah. She's been missing for, I don't even know what you're talking about. 5 years from now, XRP will be the bank. Nice. Uphold? Yeah, Uphold. Are we like talking about where to get XRP? Big decoupling in July. I can see that happening. A way to make money is to buy when blood is running in the streets. That is true. It's very well said. No, I didn't watch the video about Modern Investor put out about Coinbase. Did I miss something? Is something pertinent that I need to be aware of? Woo! Junkies. That is so appreciated. Thank you. XRP the standard. That's right. Honestly, it's one of those things where I talk to my friends all the time that they think that they're knowledgeable about this, and every time I'm like, yeah, XRP just launched their tip bot or their XRP text function, they're like, really? Wait, really? And I'm like, yeah, it's great. And then I'm like, yeah, we're bringing in our own private nodes. Like we're updating the unique node list so that it's not just Ripple Labs. They're like, wait, really? Wait, really? Like, yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows. And they've there's something we talk about a lot. I do the marketing, in-house marketing for Front Porch Realty here in Austin, and there's something that happens. It's like a psychological switch that happens in someone's brain. It's like the yes/no switch. And like, say we have a house on the market and it smells like dog shit in there. Horrible. Who would want to buy that house, right? It's just pretend like that's the scenario. You walk in to buy a house, it smells like dog shit, and you're like, it smells horrible. I'm never buying this house, right? Because right away, a switch has turned on your head that went to no. So right away, you have a neutral position in your brain, and you're waiting for some stimulus. It could be any stimulus to push you to no, which was there, or yes, right? No or yes. The hard part is that once this switch is flipped, once you decide this house smells like shit, it's really hard to go back and make the house smell like cookies unless the house smells like cookies for a long, long time, right? So here's what happens with XRP. Someone tells someone XRP is a scam coin. It's a banker coin. It's a scam. They're like, flip the switch to no. XRP, no. It takes so much more time and effort and carefully delivered information for someone to go, yes, maybe yes on XRP. I'm not really sure, actually, because I don't know. I'm just waiting for someone to tell me because I don't understand the technology at all. So that's why understanding the technology is important. That's why understanding what's happening with the blockchain closing, the block with the consensus, with the unconfirmed transactions, with the time it takes for the transactions to run through. All the things are important. All the things are important. So yeah, we have a lot of people, I think, that their switch was immediately flipped to no, and they just sat there with this waiting for it to turn back. Sorry about that time I yelled. I'm sorry about that time I yelled. I'll make sure I won't do that. I'll turn my mic down. It's easier to fool someone than to convince someone they have been fooled. Mark Twain, Calvin Durant. That is a great quote. I use that one often, and I like it. I like it because it's very true. You're right. It's much easier to fool someone than to convince them they have been fooled. And that's unfortunate because in the long run, when we're looking at things like the utility of XRP over time, it's unfortunate to see that misinformation could be so damaging. XRP is your life partner. Hey, God Hates Globalists. What's up, buddy? Thanks, man. Cheers. I appreciate the support. You're ready for XRP to break away from the Bitcoin price. I think that's just something that's going to happen gradually. Like I know we want it to happen immediately, like all at once, but looking at this chart right here, you can see that I think even though it's still pretty heavily paired to it, there's a lot of reversing in the market inside of some of the other trends that I could see this really happening. Just kind of like how a puppy grows up in front of your eyes. The puppy didn't just explode overnight to become a huge dog. It just keeps slowly growing. So I think slowly just the decoupling happens more and more, and we eventually arrive at a very safe and stable price of XRP separated from traditional Bitcoin volume and price. Richard Binder, thank you. Thank you for support, Richard. I appreciate it. Please check out a new account page from XRP for decouple from BTC. Will show you something. All right, definitely. I'm down to check it out. I'm always down to check things out. I love when you guys send me stuff. When you guys send me articles or you drop me some knowledge, I love to check it out and learn. It's all about learning. It's all about keeping us informed. Us, me, you, me, us together. Yes, be greedy when everyone's fearful and fearful when everyone's greedy. Very good quote, Jeremy. I was just watching Warren Buffett earlier this morning, actually. It was like a Warren Buffett and Bill Gates go to the candy store or something. It was on Facebook. I don't know. So looking at a lot of information today for the news. Jumping back to the news really quick before we bounce out of here. What should happen when Zcash hits its first hard fork? This is something that people are considering possibly important. There's Zcash has been in the news recently because they've been added to the Winklevoss's Twins exchange, and looking at looking at this fork, I don't really know a lot about it, so we'll have to look at that and see what's happening. We also have crypto tourism is growing. Crypto Nation, Blockchain Cruise, and Crypto Cribs are several of the names of tourism programs focused on the blockchain industry, from luxury cruises to the Middle East startup tours. Crypto tourism, it's a thing. That is a thing. So, honestly, why not, right? Crypto tourism. 4 blockchain entrepreneurs win 100K. Yes. Awesome. 100K. Sounds good. That sounds good. This article is basically just about the Thiel Foundation, created and funded by billionaire investor Peter Thiel, who was one of the co-creators of PayPal with Elon Musk. Thiel follows on Friday, basically giving away $100,000 Thiel awards to 4 blockchain entrepreneurs. So, also going back to, if you guys weren't here at the very beginning, the XRP tip bot powered by the XRP Ledger guy, the XRP tip bot guy is building a secure messenger on the XRP Ledger. And he has a video out already with him starting to use it and play with it. It looks really good. It looks amazing. It looks way good. It looks way cool. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I hate to say this. Like, did we maybe did we jump too quickly on the logo, on the XRP logo? Because I've been trying to do some covers recently of, like, I'm trying to drop the XRP logo into some cool thumbnails. And I gotta agree with Tebow here. It's that new logo is not really popping. You know, like that old logo, the fidget spinner that no one liked. It at least had like some color. It had some. It was way better for graphic design. Way better for graphic design was the old fidget spinner blue logo. Way not good for graphic design. Way not helpful or functional is the black or white logo that we have now. So, yeah, I agree with you, Tebow. I don't know. I agree with you. It's rough. It's rough to say for sure. But, yeah. Yeah. The new one looks too cliche. Yeah, I feel like maybe we didn't take it seriously enough, or like maybe we should have. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about the logo. I like the logo. I like the guy that made the logo. I'm supportive. I'm supportive, but still, yeah. Many YouTubers don't make videos in the dropping market. This is the best time to make a video. This is the best time to make a video. Look at all the exciting potential. I mean, when did you ever think you could get a $29 Neo? When did you ever think, after it was like getting to $90, were you like, or $100 Monero, $13 Binance coin? We're looking at 45-cent ripples, guys. 45-cent ripples. I mean, shoot. Do I think XRP is dead? No, definitely not. Definitely not. Mainly because the real challenges to the blockchains that are suffering right now, like the power expenditure of the Bitcoin blockchain, or the increasing just mempool, like the unconfirmed transactions, none of that happens with XRP. None of those issues are real with XRP. In fact, the reason that XRP has kind of created their Ripple consensus protocol with these pre-mined coins that are powered by nodes that are just kind of people supporting the network because they choose to. Imagine, we looked at this yesterday, and we're going to look at this in our video later talking about the future oil of the world. But really, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, it's not dead. Okay, so looking at the industrial Internet of Things being created, you have a warehouse that's just basically building cars. No one's in there. It's all automated, and everything's run through the XRP ledger for microtransactions. Like, of course they're going to run a node. It's because it's supporting the integral part of their own industry. So looking at that means that potentially you could have nodes running all over the world that don't necessarily expect any profit from mining, and that potentially frees up a lot of issues that you have with the Bitcoin blockchain. And of course, I know there's plenty of the laws about computing increasing and et cetera, et cetera. So it could possibly be argued as a moot point. But in my mind, I think the safest bet is XRP going forward. And even looking at like some other coins, like there's coins that are like Agrello or some other coins that I was looking at for a moment that are they're basically considered smart contract coins, just standalone smart contract coins, or they're considered like functional application coins that have a specific application in mind using smart contract features. And then you can look and see like, wait, why wouldn't we just use XRP? Like, look at the cost. Like, if I'm going to launch a coin on Ethereum, and then I'm like, wait a minute, actually, how much does it cost to launch a coin on Codius? Wow, it's so much cheaper. Wow, it's astronomically cheaper. Wow, higher throughput. Wow, less fees. Wow, all these things that look beneficial in the long run. Please check out the homepage you sent me in Telegram. Okay, it's on my phone, and I'm using the phone right now. So if you want me to look at something in this live stream, you can send it to my subreddit at reddit.com/Kung Fu Nerd, or tweet it at me, and I can pull it up in real time, Richard, if you want me to. If that's something you want us to do right now. We're breaking 45 minutes, so we might be winding this one down. But we have a video coming out later today. It's the oil of the internet, oil of the future, and looking at why it's silly to even consider you could guess. 20K XRP doesn't sound that silly. It sounds sillier to doubt it, honestly. 20K XRP doesn't seem that high. I would even dare say 100K XRP. And looking at how the inflow of cash is not directly correlated to the market cap, looking at how as soon as one person decides I'm going to pay 19K for an XRP, another person's going to pay 20. And looking at these adds up over time. I'm not trying to misinform people. I'm trying to educate people about how this sheet works. Okay? It's important. How do you feel about Tron? I think Tron's really, they've got a really, really, really strong potential. A lot of these coins, they look really strong. Basically, you can think of it as like a really new industry. There's so many new evolving technological achievements in this industry. It looks really strong up until it doesn't. So Tron, I like Tron right now, but I didn't get into EOS that heavily. I have a little bit. I have a few positions in EOS, but I didn't get in that heavily because I was afraid of what just happened, where they had so much momentum and they had a huge system that they built out, and it looks scalable, it looks high throughput, and it looks high functioning up until it's not. And that's one of the issues happening in blockchain, is that we have all these potential use cases that no one's testing yet. No one's really seen, is this scalable? Is this high throughput? Will this work? So I'm huge. I like Tron a lot, but we could easily see, that's why the news is important. That's why paying attention to this stuff's important, because we could see someone make some really positive steps for a year or two and really gain a lot of market momentum and market domination. And as soon as they misstep, as soon as they slip on one of the stones crossing the river, they fall in the river. They could go downstream so quick, right? They could disappear downstream super quick. EOS is a scam coin, says TF. A lot of people have lost their support. A lot of people have lost their support for EOS. Their governance model, without them finalizing their constitution and with them taking executive action to freeze funds on those accounts like they did, I can see how people are upset. But again, I think they played the role that they needed to play, because they've created this marketplace, they've created this space, they need to be making sure it's safeguarded. So I think they played the executive role that they had to play. Whether or not they could have prevented that, and whether or not they could actually have done anything different is hard to say. And that's how it is for all these coins. So you say, what do you think about Tron? I love Tron. I'm a big Tron supporter, mainly because he's basically doing for multimedia entertainment what Ripple's doing for banking industry. And I think eventually what we can see is if he does do that correctly, if he does deliver, then it could be a huge project. It could be really, really rewarding. Again, if he stumbles and slips into the river and it takes him downstream, all of that could be lost. And that's the issue with a lot of these markets, is we're in such an immature industry. We can say, this looks great. Bitcoin Cash looks so strong. It forked, it's got support, the community is strong, it makes sense. They're trying to stick to the original code. When we think it looks great until something happens that makes it not look great. And so you can see how that happens with any coin. And that's the real power behind XRP, is that not only have they set their track record and been sticking to it, but they have a really high likelihood of at least being able to keep making positive steps no matter what happens. And you can say that for any coin. You can say that for Tron. You can say that for EOS. You can say that for Stellar and Cardano. They're committed to their agenda. They're committed to their focus. They might stumble or fall and slip in the river, but they're going to pull themselves out quickly, and they're going to jump right back on their path. And it comes down to the team, really. It comes down to the team. It comes down to their integrity. And that's why I think, looking back at like Apollo or whatever, like looking at the team's important. Like you can make jokes about, well, it's going to be the biggest coin ever. No, it's not. No coin's going to be that big unless the team's committed to making it work, unless they're there every day grinding on it, It's the same for anything else, like I couldn't tell you my channel is gonna do anything positive next year if I stop making videos today, right? So whatever people are putting their ideas and time and money into, they better like it. It better be a project of passion. It better be something that they want to keep working on. So do I like Tron? Yes. Do I like Cardano? Yes. Do I like Stellar? Yes. Litecoin? Yes. So many good projects out there. Days like this when it drops, it makes me just want to honestly, just do anything possible to make another $20 and buy like one more Neo or like 40 more Ripple or something, So yeah, XRP story does not change. Excited about a lot of things happening, and kind of excited. It's like a paradox. I'm torn, like I want the market to turn around. I want the market to make a run. I want to see gains in the coins I hold, but how crazy would it be to see the market cut in half again? If Bitcoin was 2,700, if Ethereum was 270 or 220, Ripple's 25 cents, like it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I would happily welcome either one. I would happily welcome either one. No big deal. Whatever really happens, I think everything's okay. Either way, it's okay, right? Either way, it's fine. Hey, what's up, Sean? How's it going? Happy Sunday. Yeah, the XRP text bot, Wisewind launched that at the same time as the tip bot, I thought. Like I'd already texted some people XRP like last week or like 2 weeks ago. So you think it's going to be a bull run today because it broke 6K? You never know. Exactly, dude. You never know. You never know. All it takes is one serious investor, like one of the, 50% of the world's wealth is held by the 1%, right? So all it takes is one extremely wealthy person to be like, I'm going to go ahead and invest. And that's it. The whole market turns around. Yeah, dude, I was really excited about that too, and I wanted to do a video just about that because potentially that's one of the biggest things for the people in third world countries, for the unbanked. Basically, like the fact that they could text. Like I was thinking, how cool would it be for us to do like an Africa charter mission? Where we just go and like take 100,000 XRP and just try to like give them out to people and tell them like, look, you guys can text this to each other as a store of value, and that I think would take off. Yeah, decent pullback. I see that decent pullback happening right now. We got about $5 billion flooded back in. So we can see right now in real time, Bitcoin's above 6, Ethereum's above 4.4, Ripple's above 4.6, Bitcoin's above 7.14, Litecoin 7.7. We can see the turnaround happening right now. Again, I don't know if there's anything that's actually taken place in the market news-wise to create a true catalyst. Honestly, one big institutional investor could turn that around pretty quickly, but you never know. People are calling for a further slip, so I would not be surprised by either one. Hold on to your hats and prepare for whatever's about to happen. So looking to just kind of run down in this video, we have the what is the future oil coming out later today. It's a long video and it's very detailed, and that's all we're gonna do. We're gonna put it out later. So. That's it. I was looking at some more comments really quick, but we'll check in with you guys next time, and I will I'll hopefully have some good news on. We're thinking possibly people are saying that Monday, tomorrow, could be a good news announcement that is the catalyst that triggers us to go around. So you never know. You could be making your last low dip bottom buys right now, or you could be making a buy and it could drop further. So That's about it. That's all we're doing. All right, I'm cheersing. I'm out. If you need any links to get into Binance, they're in the description. If you need a ledger and you haven't gotten the ledger Nano S, it's also in the description. And my Patreon, if you guys want to support $1 a month to keep me making videos, it goes a long way. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning into my live streams, and I will see you next time. Cheers. Have a great day. Until then.